tweet from Robert Kiyosaki. What he said in this tweet from May 5th was that boomers are in for a disaster, one that he's been really predicting for about 5 decades. The basis of his books, Retire Young and Retire Rich, and Who Stole My Pension, and all his other books. He's really saying, hey, get your money into gold, get your money into silver, get your money into Bitcoin. He's misguided in telling people to get their money into Ethereum, but we'll forgive him for that for the moment. But we're really feeling, I think, a lot of pressure throughout all of society, not just the boomers, who he believes are in trouble, but obviously the younger generations. And I feel it in my daily conversations. I think you guys do as well.
Yeah, very much so. I mean, I think what we've seen, obviously, with this war in Iran, inflation has accelerated, particularly at the gas pump. I just got a text from my 27-year-old son saying it cost him $100 to fill up his car. And he said, how am I going to make it? And, it's a legitimate question, right? He's doing fine. But like many other Americans, he's not rich. The cost of everything is just going up relentlessly. It's becoming more and more apparent.
So it's not just me who's noticing this big price increase and stuff all of a sudden.
I saw something recently that the state of Mississippi, which is the poorest U.S. state, has a higher average household income than the UK.
Really?
Yeah, which means, the entire UK, sits below what would be considered the most impoverished state in the U.S. Yeah. And a lot of my wife's from the Philippines, and they're feeling it a lot there too. I just saw that the yen to dollar exchange rate was almost 160 yen per dollar. I used to spend a lot of time there in Japan. So it's a global issue. When we print here in the U.S., we export a lot of the inflation.
Correct.
It's not just felt here. In fact, if we weren't able to do that, it would be catastrophic.
It would be even worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we get something out of the deal. I mean, out of the inflation. I mean, I don't know what, but way more than anyone else in the world using our money does.
Yeah.
Well, it's what allows America to live beyond its means. And we've done that for decades now. It's all going to come home to roost, though. The way the system is constructed mathematically, it has to. We sit at a very interesting point in time because everything geopolitically and macroeconomically says that sound money ought to be screaming in value. But we're in that period of time before the big print occurs. As a result, there's tightness in liquidity briefly, in spite of the fact that the Japanese yield curve has literally just been going straight up. I mean, this was at 2.4 a month ago. It's now at 2.6 something. With the UK, similar. The US, similar. I mean, not quite to the same degree. But the bond markets are telling us that serious financial distress is coming. They don't really know what to do. And so you've got Warsh, who is now about to be Fed chairman. I guess he gets sworn in this Friday, we learned. It's like, welcome to the party, pal. Because it's a hell of a mess he's inheriting. And Jay Powell has got to feel like he's the luckiest man alive. There's a good meme on Twitter where that one that used to be John Hamm in the disco, looking really chilled out, and they put in Jay Powell. And when you print 40% of the money supply in existence, and your term ends before it all blows up, he got out just in time, in my opinion.
Bitcoin boomers.